Welcome to the Wellness Transformation Journey podcast. I'm your host, Pamela Peters. A few episodes ago, we talked about determining what types of support and what areas you may need support. So after determining the areas where you might need support, it's important to build a support team around your needs. You may need to create multiple teams depending on the situation and the area where you need support. In this episode, I'll discuss establishing support teams for different situations you may find yourself in. When creating a support system, the most intricate part is your motivation team. Since there are multiple areas where you may need support, you'll need multiple teams to support your wellness journey. This may depend on affordability, how much weight you want to lose, how quickly you want to lose it, and what your goals are beyond weight loss. There are 3 categories I want to focus on. So let's break each of them down. First, we'll talk about creating your inner circle. This was the support team I found to be the most important for me in my wellness journey, and it continues to be as my focus has shifted from losing weight to long-distance run training. A good inner circle helps set the tone when you need to celebrate or a shoulder to cry on. This is made up of people you have a close and well-established relationship with, who can be part of other groups as well. There may be other people who you share information with, but these are your most reliable core supporters. They're your ultimate go-to when you need help. Here's how I set my inner circle up. When I started, I had an idea of who some of the people in my inner circle would be, but still needed to feel them out. I wanted to ensure that the people I was adding would be supportive of me and weren't going to be in it for their own personal gain, such as using me to make a point to others about themselves. In previous attempts, I found that some members of my core group would go around using my success to claim it as their own. I would hear about everything they were doing for me and how great it was that I was receiving their support, when they were solely providing me with emotional support. They weren't doing or offering to do the work with me, and this was disheartening and frustrating, especially when some were my own family. As a side note, these people were not part of my support team this time, but they still went around claiming that they were the reason for my success in order to bloat their own ego. The difference in my reaction was I had a support system and I would let them run their mouths. Eventually, the lies and gloating will catch up to these people, and for them, it did. I didn't tell anyone at first about what I was attempting, or that I was considering them as part of my support team. Slowly, I would talk to people about what I wanted to do, and would share small details. I would listen to their reactions, watch their nonverbal cues, and listen to what others were saying around me about what they were saying about me. As I moved through the process, my core inner circle of 3 to 4 people emerged. Having 3 to 4 people allowed me to reach out to different individuals depending on the situation or their availability. The group I established made me feel comfortable about myself, confident in the support I would receive, and excited about moving through the process because I knew I had people supporting me for me. Once I established my group, there were clear expectations set for them related to what I needed from them if I called or texted. Similarly, they set their expectations for me. My support group was not close to me physically, so much of my support was through texts, tracking, and phone calls. I didn't work out with people, which as an introvert and someone who had experienced a lot of ridicule in the gym or other places when I was physically active, this was fine with me. A call was always an option when I needed more, but I'm not big on making phone calls and had to get over my fear of thinking I would annoy people. There was also an option to visit if I needed extra support or a break from my living situation, which was with my parents while I was finishing school. Clear communication methods help determine what type of support would be needed in different situations. A text was to celebrate a win, usually small. It was also used if it was in the morning or during the workday for easier communication. A phone call or FaceTime was used when there was something that I needed that required deeper discussion. This was rare, but when I called, it was the best fuel for resetting mentally. A visit meant I really needed a break or to reset. It allowed for deeper discussions or a break from worrying about school, my weight, and other issues. Aside from these clear ways, sometimes I received information I needed that would come to members of my team through texts or emails. There were also times I was sent texts of support or memes to lift me up, especially when they knew I was out on the trail pushing myself. A long distance support team may not work for everyone, but it did in my situation. After establishing my inner circle, I developed an extended support network which included members of my inner circle. I am naturally an introvert, so engaging with a lot of people is not something I felt comfortable with. There are multiple networks or groups you can join or create to help yourself, like weight loss communities, finding workout buddies, setting up meal prep partners, or engaging in social media groups. Due to my location in a rural area, joining weight loss communities or fitness communities at a gym was not a possibility. I had a few friends that I set up an accountability group with for exercise and meal prep. We did regular checks to ensure workouts were being done and shared recipes each week based on what we were meal prepping. Although we weren't in person, this worked and included a few FaceTime conversations when things got rough or if we needed to celebrate. Social media was a space where I found some support. I didn't feel comfortable sharing my journey when I started, mainly because I was embarrassed by my body and had never followed through with a weight loss journey before. I joined a small group where I could privately share my experience. As I started seeing progress, I shared my progress with friends on social media. I also followed a few influencers to get recipe ideas, learn new exercises, or support myself getting through a plateau. Another area to consider when looking for support is to add professional support. Depending on affordability or the extent to which you want to go with your weight loss journey, professional support might be worth considering. I didn't do this because my financial situation didn't allow it, and I wasn't comfortable going to the gym. Options to consider, however, are healthcare providers, a registered dietitian, a personal trainer, mental health professionals, or a weight loss coach. After my situation changed and I reached my goal weight, I went to a doctor for a physical. Currently, we are looking into the possibility of skin surgery because when you lose a lot of weight, you're left with excess skin. This, among other things, may be frustrating and mentally draining. It may be a good reason to consider a mental health professional. I dealt with and still sometimes deal with depression from body image issues. I still seek counseling when I need it, and there is nothing wrong with it. So don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Although my support group has slightly changed, I still maintain a support group. They are important because even when you're trying to maintain your weight, sometimes you need a pick-me-up. Also, as our situations change, they can be there for you similarly to you being there for them. Support was essential to my wellness journey, and finding the right people to support me through my journey made all the difference. It's fine to change who is in your inner circle and who you go to for help. If a situation is not right for you, then pivot and find the right situation. It took a few changes for me to find the right combination of inner circle and extended circle friends. Don't feel like you have to find them all at once.